Did you know there exists a magic word that can completely transform your life in just 48 hours? A word so powerful that it can open doors you thought were closed forever, heal deep emotional wounds, and attract into your life exactly what you've been asking for. That word is thank you. And today I'm going to teach you exactly how to use it to create the miracles you deserve. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you're going to discover 5 transformative secrets about the power of gratitude that will forever change the way you see life. I promise you that if you apply what you're going to learn here, in just 48 hours, you'll begin to notice changes so profound that you'll surprise yourself. Before we continue, if this content resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me continue creating content that truly transforms lives. The garden of your mind. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a garden. Every thought you have is like a seed you plant in that garden. When you plant seeds of complaint, resentment, and victimization, what do you think will grow? Exactly more situations that give you reasons to complain. But when you plant seeds of gratitude, something magical happens. Your inner garden transforms into a paradise that attracts abundance, love, and opportunities. Secret number 1. Gratitude reprograms your subconscious mind. The first great secret I want to share with you is that gratitude isn't just a nice feeling. It is a creative force that literally reprograms your subconscious mind. When you give thanks, you're resending a clear signal to the universe. I'm ready to receive more of this. Your subconscious mind, which is like a super powerful computer, begins to actively search for more reasons to feel grateful. But here comes the most important part. You can't thank mechanically expecting results. It has to be genuine. It has to come from the heart. As Louise Hay said, when we thank from the soul, we become magnets for miracles. It's as if we're telling the universe, I trust you, I recognize your gifts, and I'm open to receiving more. Maria's story. Let me give you a very concrete example. Maria, a 35-year-old woman, came to me completely desperate. She had just gone through a painful divorce, lost her job, and felt completely alone. The first thing she said to me was, I have nothing to be grateful for. Does this phrase sound familiar? Every morning, before checking her phone or doing anything else, she had to write 3 things she felt genuinely grateful for. It could be hot coffee, the fact of having a roof over her head, or simply that her lungs worked perfectly without her having to think about it. The first days were difficult. Maria confessed that she felt ridiculous writing thanks for the hot water in the shower. But something extraordinary began to happen in the second week. She started noticing things that previously went unnoticed. Her neighbor's smile, the birds singing in the morning, a call from a friend she hadn't talked to in months. On day 18, she met someone special at the supermarket in the most casual way. On day 21, her ex-husband called to apologize and propose a more amicable separation. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. Your first practice, I want you to do this with me. Close your eyes for a moment and think of 3 things you have right now in your life that you can feel genuinely grateful for, no matter how small they seem to you. It could be your breath. It could be that you have food on your table. It could be that someone loves you. Repeat with me. Thank you for everything I have. Thank you for everything I am. Thank you for everything that's coming into my life. What you just experienced is the real power of gratitude in action. Secret number 2. Gratitude transforms all your relationships. The second great secret is that when you genuinely thank the people in your life, you don't just transform them, you transform yourself. This happens because gratitude breaks the chains of resentment that keep us tied to the past and prevent us from creating truly healthy relationships. Think of it this way: every time you hold resentment toward someone, it's like drinking poison hoping the other person will get sick. But when you give thanks, even to people who have hurt you, you release that toxic energy and allow love to flow again in your life. Louise Hay taught us that our relationships are mirrors of our relationship with ourselves. When we can't thank others, it's usually because we don't know how to thank ourselves. When we constantly criticize our partner, our children, or our parents, we're reflecting the fierce criticism we have toward ourselves. Carmen's marriage transformation. Let me tell you the story of Carmen, a 42-year-old woman who came to see me because her 18-year marriage was on the verge of collapse. "My husband doesn't do anything right," she told me. Then I asked her a question that left her speechless. "Carmen, when was the last time you thanked your husband for something?" "Anything?" She remained silent for almost 2 minutes. Finally, with tears in her eyes, she confessed, "I don't remember." I proposed an experiment that at first seemed impossible to her. She couldn't mention the things that were wrong. She could only express gratitude. The first days were torturous for Carmen. "Thank you for working to support the family," she said the first day, almost through gritted teeth. Her husband looked at her strangely, but something in him began to change too. By the second week, he started doing little extra things without her asking. Carmen realized something profound. It wasn't that her husband was inconsiderate. She had been so focused on what was missing that she had stopped seeing everything he actually did. By day 30, Carmen called me crying, but this time with happiness. "It's like I have a completely new husband, but actually I'm the one who has changed. I want you to try this right now." Think of a person in your life with whom you have some tension or conflict. Now, find one thing, just one, that you can feel genuinely grateful for toward that person. Don't look for it in your mind, look for it in your heart. I recognize the love behind your actions, even when I don't completely understand it. Did you notice how the energy you feel toward that person changed? That's pure transformation power. Secret number 3. Gratitude for problems turns them into teachers. The third great secret is that when you thank for your problems and challenges, you turn them into your most powerful teachers. I know this may sound contradictory at first, but stay with me because this is absolutely revolutionary. When you thank for your challenges, you completely change your relationship with them. Esperanza's cancer journey, let me tell you the most impactful story I've experienced on this topic. During the first months after the diagnosis, Esperanza fell into a deep depression. One day, after a particularly difficult chemotherapy session, something changed in her. She called me and said, "You know what? I'm going to try something different. I'm going to thank for this cancer." At first, I thought the treatment had affected her judgment, but she insisted. "Thank you, cancer, for forcing me to stop." And Valentina's love story. Let me tell you the story of Valentina, a 29-year-old woman who came to me completely discouraged. Because she had been single for 3 years and felt she would never find her ideal partner. All my friends are already married or in serious relationships, she told me. I'm starting to believe there's something wrong with me. I taught her this powerful technique of thanking in advance. Instead of complaining about being single, Valentina began to thank for the love that was coming into her life. Every morning she said, "Thank you for my perfect partner who is already on his way to me. Thank you for the beautiful love we're about to share. Thank you for the laughter, the deep conversations, the hugs, the projects we're going to build together." But she didn't just stay with words. Valentina began to act as if her partner was already present in her life. She bought food for 2 people occasionally. She reserved space in her closet for his clothes. When her friends invited her to events, she said, "My partner and I will be there," speaking of him as if he were already a reality. 6 weeks later, in a bookstore, while looking for a book about gardening, she literally bumped into a man who was looking for the same book. The conversation flowed so naturally that they talked for 3 hours sitting in the bookstore cafe. When Valentina told me this story, she said something I'll never forget. From the moment I saw him, I knew it was him. Not because he was perfect, but because the gratitude I had been feeling in advance had prepared me to recognize him when he arrived. Your 4th practice. Let's practice this together right now. Think of something you really want in your life, something important to you. Now, instead of saying, "I wish I had this," or "When is this going to come into my life?" we're going to thank for it as if it were already yours. Close your eyes and repeat with me, feeling every word in your heart. Thank you for your specific desire that is already in my life. Thank you for the joy it brings me. Thank you for all the doors that have opened for this to come to me. Thank you because I know the universe always gives me exactly what I need at the perfect moment. Breathe that gratitude. Feel it in your body. This sensation you have right now is the vibrational frequency that will attract what you desire into your life. Secret number 5, becoming a magnet for miracles. The 5th and final great secret is that when you make gratitude your natural state of being, you become a magnetic human being who constantly attracts miracles. Not just occasional miracles, but a complete life full of synchronicities, opportunities, and blessings that seem to come out of nowhere. This happens because when you live in constant gratitude, your vibrational frequency rises so high that you literally become a magnet for everything good the universe has to offer you. It's not that you become lucky, you become aware of all the opportunities that were always there waiting for you. My personal transformation. Let me tell you my own personal story, because I think it's important for you to know that I too have walked through the valley of despair before discovering these secrets. 5 years ago, my life was a complete disaster. I had just gone through a painful divorce, lost my house, had debts I didn't know how to pay, and my self-esteem was on the floor. I woke up every morning feeling like a victim of life, wondering why everything went wrong for me. One night, at the lowest point of my depression, I found an old Louise Hay book in a box of things I had saved from my old house. I opened it randomly and read something that changed my life forever. Gratitude is the gateway to miracles. Be grateful for everything, even for what you haven't received yet, and watch how your life transforms. That night, I made a decision that would save my life. I decided I was going to live the next 30 days in total gratitude, no matter what was happening. Every morning, before getting out of bed, I was going to find 5 things to be grateful for. During the day, every time I caught myself complaining or feeling like a victim, I was going to immediately change focus to something I could feel grateful for. The first days were the hardest of my life. My mind was so accustomed to negativity that finding things to be grateful for felt like climbing a mountain in high heels. But I persisted. Thank you for having a roof over my head, even if it's temporary. Thank you for the drinking water that comes from the tap. Thank you for my 2 legs that allow me to walk. Thank you for my eyes that allow me to see the beauty of the world. Thank you for this new day full of possibilities. By the second week, something began to change. I started noticing beautiful things that previously went unnoticed. A stranger's smile on the street, a particularly beautiful sunset, a song on the radio that came just when I needed it. By the third week, small miracles began to appear. A friend I hadn't seen in years called me just when I most needed to talk to someone. I found a $20 bill in the pocket of an old